John Adler, California, Arizona Info Warrior. Happy Independence Day, 4th of July. Today's July 3rd, 6:30 Pacific Time in Los Angeles, California. I'm here reporting, field reporting on Santa Monica downtown on Independence Day weekend activities. Also auditing law enforcement. I'll be doing another report on what I observed at the pier, which is extremely alarming, and the police reaction. But another issue I'm looking at right now is this appears to be another example of two-tiered policing. People pay a lot of money in parking fines. One year when I lived here in the 90s, I got booted. I had to pay over $1,000 in parking fines. So this is a serious dollar and cents issue. And the government has to be very careful to stay within the law. And there should be no favoritism. But as we know, two-tier policing is a big issue. It does look like we have another example of it here. I reported earlier that the foreigners driving the limos were parking illegally in front of the hotel nearby here, and no police were giving them any tickets. Also got a ticket recently for not having a bike light on. And we got a guy here with two Mexican flags kind of thrown in our face here. Like I said, we don't want these people here unless they're tourists. Most of them aren't. They're working here illegally. They don't assimilate. But you can see this guy appears to be Mexican, probably illegal, and not paying his parking meter. So you can see the red lights flashing is expired. 5D87426 California plate. It's got a handicap placard. It could be fraudulent. I don't know about these people, look American, but these other people here, see, like this guy in the Maserati, probably American, not flying a Mexican flag at least. Looks like he actually paid for his parking. Got the green light flashing, 7 minutes left. So yeah, that's what it looks like. One rule for the Americans, a better rule for the illegals. So this is another example of globalism, destabilizing the U.S., threatening our national security. You can see this guy here paid. Green light flashing, hour and 56 minutes left. So these are still supposed to be paid until 8:30. There's 2 hours. So this guy paid his 2 hours. Looks like a working type person, not a fancy car. So, you know, working Americans can't afford to be getting treated unfairly like this. But you see this guy, the Mexican dude, apparently knows he's not going to have consequences for parking without paying the meter. So there you go, guys. Two-tier policing. I see these parking enforcement people running around. I've reported on another time where they skipped a Mexican worker with a truck that had broken lights, parked illegally, didn't get a ticket, and the American got a ticket because it's getting totally out of hand here. Hey, where can I watch the World Cup?
You want to go to a bar or you want to go to a game?
Yeah, where's a good place?
You got a Mexican bar right here called Casa Martin. They sell pretty good.
Are they pretty good?
Pretty good food.
What's your job here?
Pressure wash.
Huh?
Pressure wash.
Oh, pressure wash?
Yeah, I do like like our trash rooms and stuff like that.
Okay, I noticed some guys like cleaning windows, so they work for Building to Building or something. What's the name of that company? It's a private
Block by block?
It's called Block by Block.
I think so.
They're an independent contractor.
I believe so, yeah. They might be contracted through the city.
So why are they doing that when we got guys like you that can do that?
That's up to the city contract, and I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I wish we had it.
Sounds like a grift.
Yeah.
You know, taxpayers can't afford all these sketchy companies, you know, grifting off the tax dollars.
Yeah, so we're, they do have the promenade, we do have the promenade.
Uh-huh.
So we're trying to,
I'd rather guys like you doing it because I know who you are. You work for the city.
yeah.
Speak English. You're here legally, obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I speak
Yeah.
3 different languages. So.
I'm an investigative reporter, so I have to check this stuff.
Okay.
I'm a U.S. national security analyst.
No worries. Yeah.
I've been investigating the parking here. It's like this guy with the Mexican flags. He didn't pay his meter.
Oh, wow.
And these other Americans over here paid. You ever heard of two-tiered policing?
I haven't.
You might want to look that up. That's like a big issue now. It's going all over the world.
Yeah.
Basically, like governments are treating foreigners better than the native citizens.
Okay.
Like I'm an expert on globalism. It's a plan to destabilize countries, bring in a one world government.
Gotcha.
Sounds like conspiracy stuff, but a lot of it's true.
Yeah.
So, you know, I
hear you.
Yeah.
I've heard some stuff.
well, you're cool, man. I just check people out. You know, I'm on your guys' sides on everything.
Okay.
Look like you're doing a hard job.
Yeah, no worries. Let me get
All right, happy 4th, my friend.
Yeah, you too. Have a good weekend.
Take care, you too. All right, so that guy seemed all right. You know, I'm fair with people. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of Hispanics don't want illegals here either. A lot of them get affected the most. A lot of illegal Hispanics lose jobs to the illegals. So we need to stop this. But I'm going to hang out here a little while longer. I just want to see if parking enforcement skips this guy and tickets the other people, or, you know, I'm just going to see if they ever ticket this guy. It's kind of interesting. Never really paid attention to this stuff when I was younger, but now we got to start looking into this. Just blatant violations of the law. It is costing Americans a lot of money. It's kind of favoritism towards illegals. Disrespects a lot of our veterans and people that died for our country to keep us safe. They died for freedoms, but also to keep us safe and secure, and you can't be safe and secure when you have undocumented migrants here, guys. It doesn't work that way. I think we should know that. I might hang out a little while here. How you doing? I'm a reporter. I'm an investigative reporter. I'm an investigative reporter. I'm investigating the parking. Like, you obviously paid for your parking, right? But this guy over here didn't. All right, you want to talk? It's fine. So that's the problem, guys. People are really apathetic. That's why things get worse. People are too apathetic. Gotta start paying attention, everybody. That's why this stuff happens, because people don't want to deal with it. I understand that, but I'm older. I've seen things deteriorate a lot. It's time to kind of put a stop. What's going on here? Got Milken Institute. I help homeless people, but you definitely don't want illegal alien homeless. It's a huge drain on the economy. So I'm at Arizona and 4th. Might hang out a little while longer. But yeah, I was gonna say this on another report, but I should probably mention this. When I was down at the pier, I saw no cops, no Santa Monica Sworn Police patrolling. And there's probably over 1,000 people on the pier, very crowded, not very safe. And there should be actual police doing walking patrols on the pier. So I didn't see one cop doing a walking patrol. There's also a substation on the pier, and I saw nobody in the substation. And people are paying a lot of money for this police, and nobody manning the substation. To make matters worse, which is very alarming, I've never seen anything like it. I'm going to mention this right away because it's important. There was a guy on a bicycle on the pier. I thought he was a cop because he looked heavily armed. I'm not sure if he had a gun on him, but he was wearing basically military SWAT type gear. Very intimidating. He was riding his bike pretty fast, so it did look like he had weapons on him, but he was riding his bike pretty quick. But on the back of his vest, military vest, he had "fuck ICE" written on it. So it's very alarming, guys, that I was investigating the vendors. One of them claimed they got a lottery, that they're randomly selected, but all the vendors I saw, except one Japanese guy, were foreign Latinos. So it didn't look like a random lottery, and I don't think they're legally here. So when I was doing pictures, all of a sudden this guy shows up on his bicycle, dressed like a cop, like a SWAT guy, and he had "fuck ICE" on the back of his vest. So it's very alarming that a guy basically trying to look like a cop is protecting illegal aliens and trying to intimidate ICE and reporters that are patriots. Got a crazy guy here. See, look at this guy. I got a ticket for a bicycle. Look at this guy driving like a lunatic. Look at this guy. No police. No police to detain that guy. Disorderly. Weaving around in traffic. So the other thing I was going to mention, there should have been cops. That "fuck ICE" guy should have been detained, searched for weapons. As we know, if an American had a weapon on him, we'd get arrested in California. But apparently this guy's exempted if he has "fuck ICE" on his military uniform. It's pretty shocking. Can't make this stuff up, guys. So anyway, I witnessed that. So then I went down to the mall, the Santa Monica Mall, and the only good news I saw was the substation there. There was actually some cops in that substation, but there was no cops in the water pier substation. So I told one of these big cops, apparently not looking like he was doing any work. I was nice to the guy, polite. I should have had it on. Next time, from now on, I'm going to have video every time I talk to a cop because it's pretty shocking the way they respond to citizens. But I said to the guy, I was walking around the pier with over 1,000 people, and I haven't seen one Santa Monica cop patrolling, doing any walking patrols. To be honest, like, I've been here about a month, and I pretty much almost never see Santa Monica police walking around patrolling. They're always in their vehicles. So that's not okay, especially on these big holidays. There should be police doing walking patrols. So I nicely, politely mentioned this to the cop, and I was shocked that he called me a liar. So that's totally out of line to accuse a citizen of being a liar. That was my honest observation. I'm a professional reporter. There are people that are, mentally disturbed, or that maybe are liars, but if you're a cop, you should always give the benefit of doubt. You should never be calling somebody a liar. I mean, what if somebody gets burglarized, raped, or carjacked? I mean, that's how cops can respond, that they're a liar. So it's very alarming that his first response was to call me a liar. I was really shocked. Totally disrespect for citizens. As I've noted before, these police are getting some of the highest paid in the country. A lot of them make over $200,000 a year just for regular street cops. It's crazy, guys. It's just totally unacceptable that they treat citizens that way. So, you know, and then I tried to explain, he started running away from me instead of listening to me, that I have a legitimate complaint. I said I saw a guy dressed like a military police on his bike with fuck ice. I had to yell it at the real cop because he ran into the substation to get away from me. He wouldn't even listen to my complaint. So that's really bad, guys. That's very serious that there's somebody like that basically impersonating a cop that is anti-American, wants to protect dangerous illegals, intimidating Americans that don't want illegals here. I think he probably did show up because I was taking pictures of the illegal vendors. Because there are Americans that can vend stuff, guys. I mean, there's no reason it should only be illegal Mexicans doing vending, but it's a racket. They're organized. I mentioned, you can look up this guy named White Boy Tacos. He had a cart downtown a few years ago and he got attacked by the Mexican vendors. They're very racist against whites and blacks. And then the government helped out their racket by the health department basically gave the guy, you know, tickets when they'll ignore the Mexicans, you know, selling unsanitary food. So it's another big double standard that the illegal Latinos are not subject to the health laws, sanitary food laws, but if you're an American working person, you want to open up a little food cart, government, the city's going to be all over you, man. Another two-tier police, two-tiered government. So they have all these departments here, but they don't do their job. They just kind of use it as like a mafia organized crime thing. But okay, I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. There should be a lot of parking enforcement on a holiday like this, but I haven't seen one. But as you can see, this guy's getting away with parking without paying his meter. I'm at 17, over 17 minutes here. I might go a little longer. I'm going to try doing my First Amendment quiz. Since it's Independence Day holiday, I've been asking people if they know our First Amendment and giving them money, $5 to $20, if they can tell me the 5 pillars of the First Amendment, which are freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. So every American should know that. Unfortunately, most don't. And even every cop I've talked to doesn't even know it. I've asked several cops if they know the full First Amendment. None of them do. I know it was that bad before I got into this stuff, before I got into reporting. That's why you got all this brutality going on, because either they're not being trained or they're picking bad people. I think it's a combination. So we got the World Cup going here. We got Colombia playing Ghana now. I just watched one of the best World Cup games I've ever seen. Argentina, the defending champion, beat Cape Verde 3-2. It's one of the best games I've ever seen. And Cape Verde was very impressive. It's a country of only 500,000 people in Africa. It almost achieved one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. It's a great game. But yeah, another problem I got here is, so you can see there's no actual police doing walking patrols. And you should have that as a deterrent. I talked to this guy, he's a nice guy, but personally I don't want private companies patrolling a promenade because it's a public area. You don't want to have private companies patrolling. How you doing, man? You don't want to have private companies patrolling public areas. This guy's a good guy, though. I talked to him. I mean, nothing against that guy, but they should be sticking to private companies. Private security should only be patrolling private property, because then you have some big constitutional issues. If you know, that's what's called fascism. If you have private companies ordering people what to do on a public street. That's how rights get taken away. I think that is part of the globalist plan here, because I've seen that a lot, where private security is doing the jobs that police should be doing. I think that is part of the agenda. You definitely see a pattern with that. The guy I talked to over there, you know, he's a U.S. citizen. I interviewed him a little bit off camera. I don't always video people. They seem like they're kosher, good people. Yeah, he was a good guy, but like I said, you know, these guys should not be patrolling the public street or giving the appearance that they're patrolling public areas. So it does infringe on our constitutional rights, and if they're not sworn officers, that could get them sued if they don't know what they're doing. I had a guy in San Diego that was Allied Universal, and he threatened me. He had a gun on. He didn't point the gun at me, but it would qualify as assault. That he had a gun on him and threatened to beat me up because I was on a public sidewalk videoing cruise ships at the San Diego terminal. And the story I was investigating there was, I believe some of these cruise ships are smuggling. They could be smuggling terrorists, illegal aliens. As you know, there's a lot of these people in the United States that shouldn't be here. I believe a lot of them get smuggled on the cruise ships, so I was investigating that. So it's sad that Allied Universal guy sounded like an American, but he was basically blocking my investigation, national security investigation. He basically was threatening our national security by blocking what I was doing, because, you know, these guys don't care. They're just there for the paycheck. I mean, I barely even make any money. I'd like to make more money at this, so remember to make donations, guys. I got to try to make a living at this. I'm not really making much money at this. I'm doing this because I love this country. But yeah, guys, you got to support the right people, guys. If you're supporting the bad guys, things are going to get worse. But as you can see, there's no actual police. So the cop I talked to that was hiding in the substation accused me of lying, that there's no police patrolling the promenade or the pier. But as you can see, there are no police patrolling. It's one of the busiest days of the year, and there's no police patrolling anywhere. And Santa Monica has, like, I think it's about $700 million budget. Look at this, there's a cop here, he's hiding in his car. These guys should be walking around.
I'm starting to realize
Hey, why are you walking around, man? Do some walking. Do your job. Use your turn signal. See, you saw that cop wasn't using his turn signal, not doing his job. But yeah, I mean, this guy seemed like a good guy, but you know, he shouldn't be overwhelmed. When, I mean, they got 300 or 400 Santa Monica police here. There should be at least 10 of them walking around here on the street. All right, I'm gonna head down to the water here, guys. I'm gonna try doing my offering people money. They can tell me the 5 pillars of the First Amendment.
so that's all it is. You're just
So there's another one of these limo guys. What's up, my man? You waiting for a customer? You waiting for a customer, sir? You waiting for a customer? Huh? You just hanging out? Well, it says no parking. Huh?
okay.
Don't police ever give you a ticket?
No.
What limo company you with? Why are all you guys Middle Eastern? It's kind of discriminatory, guy. See, like, then he does the illegal U-turn. So I could have killed somebody doing that. What an idiot. Ridiculous. So that guy just could have killed somebody. If there was like a family with kids trying to cross the street, he would have just run into them. Just because you didn't like what I said doesn't mean the guy's got to. I mean, I was a limo driver. You got to keep your cool. You run into a lot of people. And we obviously got upset. That was reckless driving. That's what happens, guys. That's another example of a guy that's not qualified to drive. It's not the hardest job in the world, but he's not qualified. You see how he reacted. I mean, he did leave, I'll give him that, but he should have done it legally. Just drive straight ahead, not a fast U-turn like that. Remember to subscribe and share. You can find me on I have a new YouTube channel. It's called John LA 1776. Also got my old channel. So you gotta watch these drivers. You got an elderly lady. This person stopped properly, so that's good. I'm glad you stopped. Okay, that wasn't bad. You did all right. But yeah, we got to keep an eye on these people because police aren't enforcing the traffic laws. I guess they got to do their job for them. Got the Waymo over here. Still kind of, the jury's still out on these. Personally, I don't really like them. I think it's part of the New World Order agenda. That's going to be a big problem. You got all these limo guys. Eventually, they're going to be out of jobs. And most of them are Muslim jihadists, and then we're going to be stuck with them. They'll be running around wanting to commit jihad on Americans. That's kind of what the globalists want, but we don't want that. We had legitimate immigration. Immigrants did all kinds of jobs, but all you see these guys doing is DoorDash and Uber, DoorDash. So that's not good. These guys could be out of work pretty easily, and then they'll be, they don't assimilate, they don't like Americans, so there's your army that wants to get rid of us. All right, I think I might quiz some people. We're at 27 minutes. Maybe I'll give this half an hour more. All right, look, we got another guy doing a U-turn. So no, there should be a lot of traffic enforcement, considering this is a huge holiday weekend. And you can see there's not even the cops in the cars here. Crazy guys. We're not getting any discounts either. Like I said, I think it's a budget $700 million. I'll call that stealing. I don't know what else you can call it. But yeah, that's directly ahead of me is what I was investigating the other day. You got these foreign limo drivers just sit here illegally. You never get tickets. I mean, I don't see them. I used to drive a limo at night. I don't see these guys getting the business. I had to hustle a lot to make money. Unfortunately, I think there is like Saudi Arabia, Qatar. That's that country, QATAR. I think they are getting subsidized by these hostile countries. Both of those countries were involved in financing 911. So this is very dangerous national security threat that hostile foreign countries are subsidizing these migrants. That's going on in the UK too, where they're getting free hotel stays. Here, they're, I think the same thing's going on, but I think it's more in the houses. I've also been investigating that. I think a lot of them are getting Section 8, fraudulent Section 8 housing. But yeah, you see so many of these, like when I was a limo driver, you didn't see so many of these guys. They're all driving top of the line vehicles. Rarely see customers. They're sitting around all day. It's very suspicious. You know, obviously they're not making the money at actual customers. So there's probably maybe China subsidizing them. I think China, Saudi Arabia. This is basically their army here that will have no problem killing Americans, guys. See, there's like 3 of them here just sitting around all day. I mean, I get customers when I was doing this. I see these guys all over the place. Hardly ever have customers. I'm still trying to figure out where they live. You know, how they're paying their rent. Probably subsidized. Fake news never covers this stuff, but this is going to be a big problem if these people remain in the country. Most of them don't speak English. Almost all of them are Muslim. I rarely see an American driving one of these. When I was doing this in the 90s, it was mostly actual legal Americans. Now I rarely see that. I think I've only seen one out of hundreds at the airport once. He was with a company in Orange County. Check this out, guys. This guy's doing prayers. Salam alaikum. Hey, my brother. You doing your Muslim prayers? You doing your Muslim prayers? You drive limousine? You drive a limousine?
Sorry?
Are you a limo driver, like professional driver?
No. Why?
Because there's a lot of you guys driving the limousines.
That's my personal
Huh?
That's my personal car.
Oh, okay. You live in Santa Monica? You live in Santa Monica?
No.
The only person I keep
Oh
it with.
shit. What's up, bro? Assalamu alaikum, bro. The only person I keep up with is
Hey, have a good day, man.
Is that what you're doing? No, I don't know. You're making video?
I'm an investigative reporter. Investigative reporter, press. I'm doing a story.
Why you like
I'm doing a story about the whole neighborhood because it's July 4th weekend. I'm just observing what's going on. We are a free country. We can do that here. It's called free press. You know the First Amendment? You kids know the First Amendment? You kids know the First Amendment? All right, I'll give you 20 bucks if you can tell me 5 parts. You get 20 bucks. Okay, I guess you don't really know it. Shouldn't lie to people. I'm just going to observe you, sir. You know, I'm not going to bother you. I'm just curious. I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, you see the guy doesn't like being videoed. So, but yeah, in their country, I guess they're going to disappear you. Maybe if it's the king of Saudi Arabia, I guess they get disappeared or something. But we're a free country here. We can, just like he can do that. I mean, there are a few issues about that. If he's not American, which, you know, I don't know if he is. I mean, if it's one thing if he's American and he does have freedom of religion. But if he's not American, like I said, we don't want Islam is a very aggressive religion. The Quran commands that they overthrow countries that are not Islamic. And this public prayer stuff is kind of an intimidation tactic. This has been going on in Canada a lot, where they block streets. This guy's been blocking the street. He's been pretty polite, but it is an issue if he's not an American citizen. He's not vetted. I think I might ask him if he's a U.S. citizen. But yeah, if he's American, I mean, you can pray as long as you're not bothering anybody. But if you're not, there are national security rules that you just can't come here and be hostile to the U.S., not be here legally, or even if you're here legally and a visitor. If you're doing something contrary to our interests, there's a much lower standard. You can be thrown out. That's why I want to interview this guy, because he could be a national security threat. It is our right to do free press. I'm not going to stop him from what he's doing, but I can observe what he's doing. I am curious about it too. But I've seen limo guys doing this. To be honest with you, when I was younger, I never seen Muslims doing this because we had a better government. They weren't let into the country. Maybe as tourists, but we did have laws, the Karen Act, not to let Muslim practitioners, like I said, because of their ideology, it's not racial or anything. I mean, we all should know by now what's going on in Europe. There's a lot of violent incidents. I'm not going to go over everything right now, but if you follow my channel, you should probably know what's going on. Well, you saw those kids basically objected to the legal American videoing, trying to protect other Americans, and they were friends with the guy that could end up blowing somebody up or building up. I'm not saying he's going to do that, but you know, we do have to be reasonably suspicious about this, because I know what the globalist agenda is. Like I said, we didn't have all the Islamists moving here when we had a good government. Hey, what kind of work you do, sir? What do you do for work? What kind of work you do?
What are you asking?
I'm a reporter, I'm curious. What's that? You know what tomorrow is? Do you know what tomorrow is? It's 4th of July, that's our Independence Day. Yeah. So you know how old we're gonna be? You know how old the United States is gonna be? I'm just curious, guy. I'm just being friendly, talking to you. Because if you're in our country, you should know a little bit about our culture. Are you from India? If I was in India, I would learn about your culture. You don't have to do anything, but I have a right to talk to you. Huh?
I don't need to prove anything in front of you.
I have the right to ask you questions.
I refuse to.
Are you from India? Pakistan?
Am I look like Indian?
Bangladesh?
Am I look like Indian?
Yeah. You look Southeast Asian. Are you a tourist here? I'm a reporter. It's called free press. Learn our laws. Leave me alone. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job, dummy. Go to college, get an education. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're a street troll. Get a life, dummy. So you see a lot of these idiots, they're like brainwashed to protect the invaders. Because this guy says ASIM 786. I'm older and wiser though, so I understand what's going on. He's also parked illegally here. So this guy thinks it's okay to park illegally. Yeah, you see, but that's another issue, guys. Doesn't respect our laws. I would not park in a red zone here and do prayers. So this guy thinks I guess he has some kind of concept of morality. Probably not the right one. But if he's a moral person, why is he in a red zone blocking emergency vehicles? See, that just shows you how kooky Islam is. It's not a moral religion. Like, I'm Jewish, we have a morality. I would not park in a red zone to do prayers. It's sad those kids don't have any common sense. They don't understand what's going on. I know the agenda here. What's up, my man? You having a good day? You having a good day, sir? You having a good day? I'm a reporter. I'm doing a story about the area. What do you think about the traffic situation here? Do you think there's a lot of bad drivers? You don't speak English? No English? There's problems with the traffic here. Do you think there's a lot of bad driving, or what's going on? I see a lot of bad driving here. You're a professional, right? What do you drive? Use a limousine? Are you waiting for a customer? Okay. So you don't believe in paying the meter? Why don't you pay the meter? It's a meter, you know, we need, you know, government needs the money. Huh? No video? We have a free press here, sir. You gotta learn our laws. Do you know our laws? Do you know what tomorrow is? It's the 4th of July. You know what that is?
Yeah, I know about it.
In this country, we have a free press. You got to learn that. I'm a national security reporter. What's that? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is 4th of July.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how old the America's going to be? Huh? 250, that's pretty good. I'll give you points for that, you knew that. Are you an immigrant here? So you're here legally? Okay. No problem, but I gotta ask, because you know there's a problem with illegals. It's something I gotta ask people. It's nothing personal. Well, as long as you're here legally, you're doing honest work, I don't have an issue. All right, but next time I'd like you to pay the meter, sir. That affects me. All right, have a good day. So the guy was fairly friendly. Wasn't too bad. I guess he did say it was legal. I don't know if he's lying or not, but you do have to engage with people, guys, because I recommend watch Rebel News, 2CTV. There's really bad stuff going on in Europe, Canada, where the government's protecting dangerous illegal invaders, terrorizing citizens. You can see, like, they got the kids trained now to harass you for your basic right. I don't know where they get these ideas that I can't video in public. I'm not sure they're getting it. Look, we got a guy parked at a fire hydrant. It's kind of interesting. See his lights, 340-1973. I'd like to know what companies these are. You know you're not supposed to park at a fire hydrant, right? Sir, you don't park at a fire hydrant. I'd like you to move. I'd like you to move your vehicle. Yeah, you're at a fire hydrant. That's illegal. You're a professional. You should know that. I should drive a limo myself. I never park at a fire hydrant. Why do you think you're better than everybody? You can park at a fire hydrant. So that's what you got to do, guys, because, I mean, he's in the vehicle, but the other problem is they're getting this attitude that they're above the law. And this is what's happening in England, Canada, where the government's encouraging this kind of behavior, very dangerous, where they take unvetted people that don't like Canada or the US and they let them do whatever they want. So that's kind of the globalist agenda to destroy our countries, unfortunately. That's why I'm out here, guys. Like I said, I'm not even making any money at this, but I'm pretty worried about it. You can see the police not doing their jobs. It's the first time I've seen a cop in a while. But yeah, in United Kingdom now, police will actually go to people's houses and arrest them because they said something that hurt somebody's feelings. So they're hurt feelings police. Actually put a woman in prison 3 years for hurting somebody's feelings because she was upset that Muslim migrants were stabbing teenagers in the neck. Just can't make this stuff up, guys. I didn't sign up to be a slave or to let unvetted invaders run my country, so that's why I'm out here, guys. Remember to support my channel. I do groundbreaking news and analysis countering the globalist insurgency. Dude. Dude.
You had it like.
So you see, you got our Americans here homeless. We're gonna help this lady out. Are you doing all right, my friend? You hanging in there? You want some money? All right, here's a buck for you, right? Happy, you know what holiday tomorrow, right? You want money or no? You hanging in there? You want to make 20 bucks? If you tell me the First Amendment, the 5 parts of the First Amendment, I give you $20. I'm a reporter doing a story about Independence Day. You know the 5 parts of the First Amendment?
Yeah.
If you tell me all 5, give you 20 bucks. What's up, guys? Go ahead. No, that's 10 Commandments. First Amendment. First Amendment. Bill of Rights. Yeah. You're American, right? Do they teach you this in school?
Yeah, I will have to stop.
I'm trying to make you some money, but I just, I'm asking different people. You don't want to do it?
I wanted to.
All right, give me two. I'll give you $20. Two of them.
Okay.
Try and be nice.
Right.
First Amendment. Freedoms. It's about your freedoms.
Okay.
Tell me about what your freedoms are.
Well, your rights.
Huh?
Rights.
Yeah, you got rights. So what's a couple?
For independence.
Freedom of, you have the freedom to do what?
Speak.
Huh?
Speak.
Speak, that's one of them, right? Freedom of expression. And what am I doing right now? I told you I'm a reporter, right?
Right.
What's another word for reporter?
Personals.
Huh?
Personal.
Freedom of the press. The press. You ever heard of the press?
Right.
I'm press. I'm a reporter. I interview people. I talk to them.
Newspaper.
Are you a religious lady? Are you Christian? Are you religious?
Yes.
So what freedom is that? What makes America great? Freedom of religion, right?
Right.
You can do your, as long as you don't hurt anybody, you can.
Oh, I was gonna shake your hand.
All right, no, it's all right. But look, you were a nice person. I'm going to give you $20, all right?
All right.
Because you're a mensch. Let me get a 20 on me. What's your first name?
Bridget.
Now, also investigate the police. Are they being okay with you? They aren't abusing you or anything?
I hope not.
All right. All right, hold on. Let me get some money out, my friend. Okay, you got a good attitude. You didn't get them all, but I'll give you an A for effort. Here's $20. Okay. Where are you from? California?
Yes.
All right, I like that. You from LA?
Yes.
I'm from DC originally. You know what DC is, right?
Washington.
What's Washington DC? Why is that a big deal?
Because it's where he's passed laws.
It's the capital.
Capital for.
It's our capital.
Right.
All right, so you know it's 4th of July tomorrow, right?
Correct.
How many years is America going to be tomorrow? How old are we going to be?
78.
250.
Whoa.
Okay, God bless you, my friend. Have a good day. You're welcome for the $20. Have a good day. So, yeah, she had a pretty good attitude, but you know, guys, like, people got to shape up. She didn't really look disabled, maybe on drugs. But it's to her benefit to know her rights, because I've been homeless myself. And, you know, police are known to abuse homeless, poor people. So people like that should definitely know our rights. I've been in that situation. You could have a big problem. It's easy to get falsely arrested. So you definitely want to know your rights. Like you have the right to remain silent. That's not First Amendment though, that's Fifth Amendment. Fifth and Sixth Amendment, right to an attorney. This stuff every American should know. But she didn't get all five, but you know, he's down and out. A softie. You know, I'm trying to help Americans out. Gave her $20 because she did try. At least she didn't curse at me. Get some crazies that'll start cursing at you. So her attitude is pretty good. So I gave her the 20. So I might try a few more people, but usually I do like 5. I can't really afford to be giving $20 bills to everybody. When I was my first person. So, I did do a guy earlier. But yeah, it's kind of sad that our society has these big holidays. People don't really know the basics. Like, people go crazy materialistically on Christmas, but they don't know all the history behind it. I mean, I'm Jewish, but I know stuff about Christianity. People should know the basics about different religions and history. You know, it's very basic stuff, guys. That's why society's kind of going downhill. People don't know the basics. I also do, she seemed a little lazy, but I also blame the school system. They don't, they're not really doing a good job teaching. And a lot of these teachers get paid a lot. It should be merit-based. I'm going to close this out. I'll start another one. It's kind of a long transmission. I'll start another one. Thanks for watching.